Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. I believe this one is probably going to be, well, it might be a filler episode, it might not. Because remember, we did main story. We need to go talk to the war table before we continue. But, I don't think I have anything yet.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what, you finish one, and I'll write it up. Who better, Rick? Best of the vein.
So basically, we need to go talk to everyone and see if there's anything new. Because we've advanced
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry. Distracted. Anyway, you need something?
I don't really know. Oh, tell me about Bianca.
Tell me more about Bianca.
I'm not making any promises here. Ask.
Are we talking about the crossbow, or are we talking about, you know?
Alright, tell me the truth. Bianca made your crossbow, didn't she? I mean, it has her name.
It's not that simple. The Carta thinks my Bianca was a freak success by a Carta inventor who could never duplicate it. If they thought anyone else was involved...
Oh, so why won't Bianca have, like, a better weapon, too? Like, all she had was a crappy bow.
I really can't tell the story. I don't want any more blood on my hands.
Well, there you go. But seriously, like, it was a bit disappointing finally meeting Bianca, and she was basically default female dwarf. You know, compared to anyone else. But anyway.
What makes the Merchants Guild such a danger to her?
Well, to be fair, it's more of a danger to me. Technically, we're not supposed to be within 300 leagues of one another. If it got back to the guild that we were seen together, they'd freeze my assets and then have me killed. Maybe not in that order.
What did you do?
What in the world did you do to cause that?
We almost started a clan war. Does it matter? I can't change it now.
How do you know Bianca? The lady, I mean, not the crossbow?
I met her years ago when she still lived in Kirkwall, and I was looking for someone with, mechanical skills. Bianca is, beyond a doubt, the most brilliant smith you'll ever meet. I haven't seen her since she got married and moved to Orlais.
Does not have the accent for LA. Like, okay, that is actually a problem with a lot of games. If you think about it, because, you know, a lot of games do the whole thing well. Sorry. Just trying to process my thoughts. But, yeah. A lot of games do this whole thing well, basically. Okay, so this character lives in this area, right? But yeah, it's from the silver area. And so they'll do the default thing of, like for example, like, how there was the Ferelden mercenary from in the last episode, who, well, he has a Ferelden accent. And we can comment on that. But yeah, in that case, though, he wasn't really in Orlais for that long. But this implies that, you know, Bianca has been in Orlais for probably a while. So here's the thing. Over time, you sort of pick up an accent from the area you live in. Usually. Sometimes. Occasionally. Sometimes you don't. But the thing is, games don't really do that. Like, it's either basically you have an accent that's because you're a character from the place, or just, you know, they don't really play that well. Sorry. It's hard for me to explain, apparently. Coming from me, of all people. But basically, it doesn't make it. Basically, it doesn't seem like she's ever been to Orlais or even from Orlais, is what I'm trying to imply. Because, you know, video games don't really do a good job of depicting a character as living in their environment compared to other characters from said environment. Because, you know, the whole problem of voice actors. So you have to have, you know, you can't just say, hey, okay, so you're going to be a female dwarf, but we need you to do such with a, you know, a French accent. But said, no, you're just going to do a voice for a female dwarf. That's it. And, you know, we're not really going to give you the concept of where the dwarf's from. Just, here, do this voice. And because of that, well, yeah, it just seems like she's just a typical female dwarf. Nothing special, and that's the problem.
Bianca is married. Somehow I thought the two of you had a history.
Bianca's family are Kalnas. Surface dwarves, so conservative they don't take a piss without asking the ancestors first. They picked out a smith caste boy for her. Wealthy, respected, has a great anvil collection. The perfect husband. I heard the wedding was lovely. The one Bianca actually showed up for.
Oof, that one hurts. That one hurts a bit.
So how long have the two of you been together?
Well, if you want to split hairs, we're not. Usually there's a continent between us at all times. We write letters. Now and then we manage to meet up. I don't know if that's together. Shit, it's been what, 15 years? Great. Now I feel old. Thanks.
Well, that's all for now.
I guess that's it for now.
Sure. I'll be here.
Oh, time to go open more doors and talk to people. Hey, have you updated the thing? I can't tell. Maybe? So, is anything new?
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, the machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Shiral, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
You miss court intrigue? When were you at court?
Oh, well, never directly, of course. An elven apostate is rarely invited to speak with empresses and kings. But from the Fade, I have watched dynasties fall and empires crumble.
Totally never been in
It
court.
is sometimes savage, sometimes noble, and always fascinating. In any event, Celine should now be a steadfast ally. And Briala as well, thanks to your efforts on her behalf.
Oh yeah, you and your elves.
I
Elves.
hope Briala is able to use her position to help your people.
How would helping Briala help? Oh, you mean elves? I'm sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Oh, we sort of caught him though, didn't we?
Who do you have much in common with? Who are your people?
Exactly.
A good question. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, I believe Briala is doing quite well on their behalf. She is an admirable woman.
So you don't have anything in common with elves, but you admire her for fighting for them.
I admire many people whose interests I do not share. She organized resistance against a powerful enemy, using only her wits and the resources at hand. That demands respect, especially in a world where most would look at her and only see a pair of pointed ears.
I like that. How would I have anything in common with them? Oh, you mean elves. Oh yeah, totally. I'm on to you, buddy. Hey, Dorian, anything? Oh, there's stuff. Dorian.
You have remarkably little here on early to winter history.
My bad.
All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
That's the Dorian I know, critiquing every book in my library.
I wouldn't have to, if you could find some rebellious heretic archivist to join the cause.
Are there rebellious archivists? Other than you, that is.
If Corypheus ever starts burning masterworks of literature, I'm sure a few will pop up. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
What else could it be about? What happened at Adamant, of course. We went
I
into
felt
the
like
Fae.
we should have had this
Physically went
conversation
in.
before.
Are you... all right?
I felt like we should have had this conversation after that, but I thought I talked to Dorian since then, and nothing popped up, so...
I learned a surprising amount. What happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, for one.
Regained your memories. That's good then.
I think so.
You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison.
So, yeah, the whole no one's physically entered the Fade. Yet, technically, we've been inside the dream version of the Fade in Origins, in Dragon Age 2. Because, you know, the whole... Well, Dragon Age 2 was to help, what was his name? Dreamer Boy. Who, you know, was potentially going to become possessed. Origins had that stupid statue of, you know, Sloth. Was like, you should take a load off. You're getting sleepy. And then Sloth, for some reason, has the ability to turn into all these demons, because that does not make logical sense. But what they need to draw out that section, because apparently, you know, just going up the tower is too easy. No. You need to go to the Fade and do this whole bullshit thing of, okay, unlock the mouse form. Unlock the flame guy form. Unlock the golem form. Golem form's still best form. Unlock the arcane horror form. Arcane horror second best form. And then, you know, go all the way through this area, figuring out which ones go through which things, and then beat up the bosses. All just to confront a sloth demon that has the ability to transform into all those elder forms, which does not make logical sense to me, but sure, that was the thing. Anyway.
At least you were at my side.
No offense, but I'd almost rather I hadn't been.
No sense of adventure? That's surprising.
I've not your talent for survival. And not everyone is as discerning as I. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
You don't number among them.
It's tempting, but I'm no fool. There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus's real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off. Wish me luck.
Have fun. Oh, hey, Operation. Anything
Marvelous
else I can
business,
talk
the Winter
about?
Palace. Saving the day, reconciling lovers, mediating a civil war. So sugary, it's nauseating. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
That's something you'd like to do more often, then?
Watch as you twist an entire empire around your little finger. Yes, please. Of course, that leaves only Tevinter. And it wouldn't work as well there.
Oh, wouldn't it,
No.
though?
Why not?
Our dances are so much more intense. If an evening lacks a murder, we sniff and call it a ball. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. Fascinating.
That
I should
dispel
go.
ham.
As you wish.
Anything else?
The Inquisitor's work is never done, I see.
Nope, he literally has nothing to talk about.
Nor I'll be.
Oh, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. You.
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor.
Oh.
Here it is.
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
Oh god, the
I
war
am able
tape.
to
What's
pursue
gonna
my
be-
duties
Yeah.
with optimal efficiency, thanks to Skyhold's present state.
Okay, this one's probably gonna be a common fail fail because, like, I don't think we're gonna get to any will. How much shit I have to do. How about
Goodbye,
you?
Inquisitor.
I set aside an entire shelf for Grey Warden lore, and so far it's not even half full. Those wardens and their secrets.
Anything out?
The Empress has gifted us with a selection of rare books. I can't wait till they arrive.
Okay, moving on. Diana's probably got stuff. When I can find her. Oh, she's over here though. I mean, she probably has stuff.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
No one would fault you for abandoning ship, you know.
Out of the ship and straight into the sea. You think Thedas hates mages now? If the Chantry falls, don't you think the people will blame magic? Look at all that's happened. Kirkwall's Chantry, the war, the breach. Mages are always involved. Without the Chantry to guide, that hatred will spiral out of control.
So remember, Liliana supports mages. But she's also a bit more aggressive than Cassandra, technically, when it comes to how to manage things.
No, we don't want that.
And the Chantry can see that it doesn't happen. The people are sheep, Inquisitor. They need to follow. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
Exactly. So yeah, we could have let the new divine, but you gotta remember, we still have a big bad guy who's trying to, you know, become a god.
A
That would be
message
bad.
from Divine Justinia.
Jeez, me.
Don't trust it. We have enemies who would trick us like this.
It's a
No,
trap.
it's genuine. She and I have a series of clues we include in our correspondence precisely for this reason. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the Chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
Do you know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
You take your instructions from me? What sort of help
Wow,
can a dead
that was a
divine
bit-
give you?
I don't know.
That was a bit of a
Perhaps
dick
something
move,
to do with
though.
a chantry. Or it could be
Might say
personal.
of it like
She
that.
guided me for many years, Inquisitor, as a divine and as a friend. There are days when I still look to her for advice, only to remember that I am alone.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence.
I have no
One more
memory
thing.
of this.
If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
I have no memory of this. But I can't examine that layer. I can examine the one that's been here since like start. But yeah, I do not remember that at all. The problem though is I don't want to go that way. I need to go down to mid-level again. Because remember, Viverling's the only one that's really a bit complicated to read. Because, okay. You go down to mid-level hill, and you go over hill. Oh, right, so we're putting some of these things on this level too. Cool, cool. Anyway, hi.
My dear, I'm afraid I must ask you for help.
Oh, must you?
There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern.
Oh, well,
I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
Well, of course. I've murdered high dragons and shit.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivian. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but you won't tell me what it's for.
My dear, it is
Bit
hardly
sus.
proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would do no less for you, after all.
So why?
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
I like how we can actually decline, but yeah, sure, why not?
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart, or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
Eagerly. Add it to the list. We haven't even gone to the Zelda Plains yet.
How may I help you?
Do you think that you and I might someday...
That's charming, but you'll have to keep working on your technique.
Well, there you go. Let's see, where did this one go? Alright, outhill. Alright, did I ever find the other plant? Probably not. I'm starting to think... I don't know, I have some of this. I have those. I have no idea what that one is, though, if that even exists. Like, and then comments, like, we have all the common ones. But I have no idea what that one unknown could be. Oh, let's see, alright, talk to everyone.
There is a problem that needs your attention, Inquisitor.
Because, you know, we haven't talked to most people
Inquisitor.
in a while.
What is your evaluation of our supplies?
We are groaning with resources, a reflection of your competence and inspiration.
Are there others who could come to Skyhold?
They are helping now. I have contacted many of our finest, and their influence is not inconsequential. They are not, shall we say, prone to take the field, but we will be well supplied. Another time, Inquisitor.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while since I talked to him. What you said? Never mind, walk away.
I do not miss the tavern.
Okay.
Blessings upon us all.
Okay, apparently that's all you have to say. Hi.
Inquisitor, the soldiers say you banished the demons at Adamant and freed
Yeah,
the
that
Grey Warden
was several
mages.
episodes ago.
I understand from Sister Liliana that the truth is somewhat more complex, but no less extraordinary. She said that you spoke with a figure in the Fade that seemed to be the soul of divine Justinia. I suspect many of the faithful would like to know what Justinia told you.
She helped me remember what happened at the Conclave. The Maker didn't give me the mark on my hand. I was struck in battle. And Andraste didn't send me. The figure everyone saw was Divine Justinia.
So it is as you have always maintained. You must feel quite vindicated.
I'm relieved to have any worries about Andraste or the Maker put aside. This is now a battle of mortals and magic. One we can win.
Then I will save my own ruminations upon faith and belief, and simply pray for your success, Inquisitor. It is wise that you do not let what happened in the Fade spread, however. Some would not understand. Now, is there anything I can help you with?
I don't know. How are the people?
Can you tell me how our people are doing?
What would you like to know?
I don't know.
How are our forces at Skyhold doing?
We have many injured. The siege of Adamant was brutal for all involved. Even so, more flock to your banner. They have heard that the Inquisition defeated the legendary Grey Wardens. Your soldiers have been blooded, Inquisitor. They are veterans now. An army in more than just name.
How are people elsewhere?
Do you have information on people elsewhere?
The refugees in the hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives.
We're still giving a
With
shit about the
Rift near Crestwood
hinterlands?
sealed, the villagers have begun rebuilding their homes and lives. The people in the hills of Emprise de Lyon are safe again, thanks to you. They may even plant crops this season. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in
moving on.
Olay and Ferelden.
I got like so many people to talk to.
Elan's good. My best.
Okay then. Like I was hoping for dial. Oh. Hey. So, nice Grey Warden
You're the
crest you got
Inquisitor.
though. Yeah.
You're very short. Mother didn't say you were a dwarf.
I'm indeed a dwarf.
You caught me, and I was trying so hard to be taller.
But you can't be taller. Not without the Titans.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on her hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies.
Oh, you've gone
little
back to
man.
your hover outfit, I see.
My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
He's your son?
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad. Perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
So, where's his father? Who's his father?
Will his father be joining us as well?
I have raised Kieran on my own for quite some time now, as was my preference from the start.
His father would
tis
be
but the two of us,
out during
Inquisitor.
this playthrough, I believe.
Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
There's something rather unusual about him.
There is. He is a special
Yeah,
lad.
there's, you know, an
It
archdemon
falls to me
soul in
to
him.
protect him from anything and anyone that mean him ill. Most of all, he must be protected from myself. No one could harm him more than I. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tarar Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
We were lucky to have found it when we did.
Fate is often mistaken for luck, as Mother is fond of saying. The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
I mean, technically, he wouldn't really succeed. Because all we would do is end up basically unleashing the blight in even worse form upon everything. Which wouldn't exactly give him god-like powers. At least not in the sense of, you know, godlike powers. Anyway, hi Morgan.
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they will.
Yeah, we can't all just, you know, perform rituals to, you know, put archdemon souls inside babies. Oh, let's see, what are your thoughts?
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. Leniana has built a network of spies beyond anything Thedas has seen. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
Yeah,
We
well,
have to
let's
defeat
focus
him
on the
first.
now.
Then I'll worry about what's next.
Should that happen, the world will lie at your feet, more or less. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah, yes. Whence comes
yes,
the mystery
questions.
woman
So
sneaking
full
her
of them.
way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You're an apostate.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor.
Why is most of my outfit brown right
refuge.
now?
Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. She is the reason the Blight was defeated. I wish things had gone differently in the end. It had to be, yet. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Still outrunning, you know, the hero of Ferelden, basically.
Tell me more about your son.
He is a very special young man.
Special in what way?
In every way. At first, Kieran was a means to an end. But as he grew,
Slurp.
I never thought of myself as a mother inquisitor. I had no good example to follow.
So basically
I find myself
slurping like
something
Flint.
I can barely recognize.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Until next time, then.
But yeah, wait, I
I imagine
over.
your forces will be heading. Trust me when I say that wherever the Illuvian is hidden, it is
Well,
worth
we haven't
any effort
even
to prevent
brought up
Corypheus
that
from
topic
acquiring it.
yet.
What work have you been doing to help us?
Currently, my efforts are focused on determining what Corypheus is, and from where his power comes. The elven orb he carries is what draws my attention. I wonder if the power he used to tear open the Fade, in fact, came from the orb. Perhaps it is even the source of your anchor. If I learn of its origin, I may also learn what Corypheus now intends, as well as his weaknesses.
Maybe we should go talk to Solus about that.
Is it even possible that Corypheus could succeed?
The Black City exists. Wherever one goes in the Fade, it is visible in the sky.
Except for when it
The
isn't.
last time Corypheus and his cohort stormed its doors, they unleashed the Blight upon the world.
Because that's what's
This
locked
time,
up in there.
perhaps he might indeed gain untold power, becoming something unto a god. It is also possible he could unleash something far worse than the Blights.
Yeah,
So
could
yes,
also unleash, you know,
Corypheus could succeed
the elven
in his
gods,
goal.
and yeah, that could
If
be
not,
bad too.
his attempt alone could destroy the world.
Corypheus says I'm a rival. Does that mean...
Could you become a god? That depends. Are you prepared to use your anchor to enter the Black City?
I mean, if I could.
If the anchor would let me do that, absolutely.
Then Corypheus is correct. You are a rival.
I could use your company for my excursions
I
outside
mean,
Skyhold.
I
I
could.
have spent my share of time wandering the wilderness in the company of others, Inquisitor. Thank you for the invitation, but for now I will restrict my efforts to researching the arcane.
Okay.
Do you know anything about his dragon?
It has the appearance of an archdemon. Of that, I am certain. A true archdemon, however, is supposedly the corrupted form of an old god. Has Corypheus actually dug up one of the ancient prisons? If so, why has a new blight not begun? His
Exactly.
dragon is something else, something connected to his blighted nature as well as his magic. Beyond that, I cannot say.
However you can help, it's appreciated.
Continue prodding at Corypheus, Inquisitor. Elicit a reaction, and we may yet learn from it.
Okay.
I'll leave you to...
Of course.
Do. By the way, this door. Hey. Look at this thing. It's just hell. You know. That's not to question it. Why we have an illusion in though. But yeah, you know. And this here's our chapel, sort of. Okay, so, you know. Oh, we got that out of the way. Yeah, let's go back. This way. Yeah, sure, why not? Who do we want to talk to next? I see you there, Quest. I see you multiple quest things. Okay. Cassandra, anything up? Yep. Yeah.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Stop.
Talk to her, your worship.
Having fun?
The fun never ends in Skyhold, does it?
Are old dwarves such comedians? Or just you and Varric? I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next Divine.
Apparently.
Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course. The Empire favors you. Thus everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
So why am I not a candidate?
If they'll pick non-priests, why am I not a candidate?
Because they don't know what you are, and they're frightened of you. A weight such as yours would break the Sunbear's throne and tear the Chantry to pieces. I just don't know why they believe Leliana or I would be any better.
I think you'd make an excellent Divine.
Truly? I never look good in hats. Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
If you're concerned, then make it better.
Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
There you go.
You're not the only candidate. What about Leliana?
Leliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy. But she and I remember a different person. Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Leliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think. And that would be chaos for us all.
And what would you change?
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help.
Like, hey.
Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant. But we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Theta, human or no. That is what I would change.
Honestly makes a better divine than what I was thinking first playthrough. The first playthrough was like, hey, Liliana, sure, why not? But if you think about it, Cassandra, she just wants to help everyone. Which is, you know, inspiring. Like, she wants to, you know... Okay, so the mages... She's basically... I'd say the most... Well, all of them sort of support the mages. But remember, there is a third option. And that one I'm probably now going to pick, so... Anyway...
Your determination is admirable.
I do nothing that is not worth doing with all my heart.
It's your most attractive trait.
I like how she says nothing, just smiles. Yeah, I could make it
I have
divine.
influence, and I can use it to help the Chantry make up its mind.
If you want to be the divine,
I cannot ask you to do that.
You don't have to.
If you think that is the right thing to do, then... thank you. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
Pocket Sandra Operation Available. Anything else?
What do you need, my friend?
Do you want do you want to be divine?
So, you're a candidate for divine now?
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why should what I want matter?
Why shouldn't it matter? Don't you have the right to be happy?
It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself. So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
Well, there you go.
I think you'd make an excellent choice.
Just save the world.
Let's hope
Make
the Chantry
peaceful.
clerics agree.
Anyway, we are going
another time, then.
I have another message for Bonnie.
I think that's a title.
Oh, bells. I've been...
Hi.
Oh, my maker. You cannot imagine how many letters I've received about the fracas at Halam Shiral. Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut, although it is yet bewildering at the center.
There are problems coming out of Halam Shiral.
There are always problems from Halam Shiral. We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going
Just
near
add
that
to my list.
Goodbye, your worship.
We...
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll just add it to the list. Oh yeah, so this is what my makeshift hospital
I wonder
thing
what
is.
it is that gives Grey Wardens their legendary skill and stamina. I should like to study one. Would that fine fellow I've seen in your company consent to a careful examination?
I could go talk to him. So yeah. Okay, so remember we have Grey Warden. You not sure what you are. Oh, so now we have more chevaliers among my Inquisition forces.
Inquisitor.
Okay. Hey.
Going well, I hope?
So what's new?
What's been going on?
Dorian's awfully pretty, isn't he?
What's been going on?
Not much. The usual. Nice of you to ask.
I do like how they fleshed out her a lot more in Veilguard.
Nice chatting.
Cause yeah, basically, the only time you really talk with her is literally at the very start of a map, and then it's like, oh, that's it.
You sure?
Inquisitor?
Anything new?
Can you think of it?
You sealed the main rifted adamant, but the fortress is still... I can take Rocky out there with... We can't close rifts, but we can bury the bastards under a ton of rubble.
Does that mean we get a new operation? Yes, we do. Eyeball, anything new with you? Eyeball.
You know I've got no problem with Orlesians, but Halam Sharal was a mess. At least under the Qun, you don't get everyone tripping on each other's dicks while the country goes to crap.
I hate politics.
You've got a crappy job then, boss.
Anything else for
Pleasure as always, boss.
Nope. Bolt's just pretty simple. It's like, well, anything new with you?
Inquisitor.
What's the current mood?
Sprightly.
What's the word out there?
Thieves have made off with our stores of cookie dough.
Oh no, not the cookie dough. Deploy the hounds.
Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Psycho.
I didn't understand the Grand Ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
Orlesian nobles see politics as a great competition.
Yes, but none of them ever win.
May I ask how things are, now that you're more human?
It hurts. Everything hurts. Everyone remembers me now. I can only make them miss me for a few heartbeats. But I'm real. More real, anyway. And I understand more than I did.
Well, there you go. I don't want. It's just like I don't want to touch the topic. Wait, have I ever gone up this way? I don't think I have. Oh, this just leads to this tower. Oh, interesting. I have to remember that. I'm not going to remember that, by the way. Why is this door closed? So why is the door closed?
One for the Empress. For Gaspar. Briala. The Duchess. And Corypheus. Right in the dangle bag.
What's up?
Alright, you're clearly annoyed. What can I do?
You're doing fine. It's the dead piled up in Halam Sharal that's nagging at me. A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right? So long as there's a book for the throne.
Remember,
a pretty one, sure.
People.
But how many lives are worth one Empress's arse? Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
I don't know. You want to stop a party? I think you go earwigs.
I hate those things, with their little pinchy butts. Josephine should add that to her paper threats. Concessions, or we unleash the earwigs. Pinchy butts. Well, that was stupid. Want to go roll around until I feel better?
Yeah.
Why are we even still talking?
Good question. Shut it.
Well, there you go.
Oh, you. Not you. Not now.
Sarah? Sarah!
I don't want to talk. Go away.
What?
I said go. Away.
But what is...
I saw you dead. You led all of this right up Corypheus' face, and then the Herald went home to Andraste. It was last night, clear as anything, even with eyes shut. You, in the void, gone. I can't see it again. I can't be with you and see that again.
Then I'm sorry for what I didn't do in that thing you imagined.
Right, like you have any say. There's holes leaking the Fade. Dreamland all over the place. Dreams show stuff. Stuff I don't want to think about. Which is hard, because I want to think about you. A lot. You don't act like nobles. I love that. You don't hide. I love that. Maybe you can take or leave cookies. Fine. Still love that. And you're just so twee. I can't not love that.
So twee.
But seeing this really hurt. I'm fighting to make things better and learn truth and shit, and it just keeps getting scarier.
You just said love like a lot.
I know you don't care about words, but that was a lot of love you just let slip.
Well, thank you, old lady smarty pants. Turning it all around to show me what I really want. But so what? You're special. Who else is special? Divines, yeah. Wardens, too. Heralds will be different. So yes, love. Lots of it. Who cares against all of everything?
But it's like, by the way, you're just in the relationship, Hill. It's like... Oh god, I gotta make big decisions.
It's because I love you that everything had better watch out. It's you and me against it all. Unless you're not up for it.
We really need a bigger gap between fighting and kissing. So, never going to die?
Yeah.
Right.
Try not to.
Love is so much better.
I will try not to. What do we define?
How about next time? No next time. Save something for Corypheus.
Aw, kickings for my sweetheart.
Well, there you go. Well, I would assume that has confirmed that there should be no more topics after that, but let's go find out.
Yes, love?
Well, you know, any thoughts on
Are
progress?
things playing out the way you expected?
About time we turned around on this Coryphe whatever. Make him feel like he's on the wrong end of the dogs for once, yeah?
So, by the way, we're at this point where now we can't just say, hey, you no longer are fit for the Inquisition. There around so much with my outfit. It's weird. It feels like it didn't load properly. Some aspects.
Inquisitor.
What's up?
Good day to you, Inquisitor.
Okay, moving on. We need to go talk to Colin now, and then Blackwall. Oh shit, Blackwall. I wonder if his thing's gonna pop up now. They haven't yet. And his stuff's his stuff's supposed to be after the Winter Powers thing, so yeah.
I'd be perfectly happy never again setting foot.
Oh yeah, everyone was after you. Men,
backstab,
women,
know what the game entails.
everyone wanted
The
Colin.
indifference to it all.
Showing interest reveals weakness. Something nobles are quick to exploit.
No doubt you're right. The Chantry can be the same. Their politics are less extravagant, but just as heated. The Empress
Jeez,
rules the
already
country.
an hour.
The Divine influences half a continent.
Well, anything I should know?
Is there anything I should know?
Only that I'm never playing cards again. I still can't find my... It doesn't matter. I don't know how Varric talked me into that.
Yeah, well, remember, it's good to have fun.
Because it's
levity.
good to unwind and spend time with your friends.
I suppose that's true.
Exactly. Remember, the
Another
whole
time.
thing about levity. Because, you know, big dramatic things happen. Sad things happen. Bad things happen. Maybe even some good things happen. But sometimes you just need something that takes your mind off of, you know, all these major issues and everything that's going on. You just need some levity from then. And those quest markers are still there, and it's gonna bother me. Oh, it's gonna bother me. Oh, hi. Anything?
Your worship.
I see that.
You have to admit, it looks bad.
An opportunity, your worship. If you've a moment, I would speak to you about a potential partnership.
Opportunity.
You said something about a partnership.
The work you have done has presented an opportunity to return trade to the roads. A minimal investment at key points will ensure safe
Add to
caravans.
the list.
I'll forward it to your assistants for consideration.
Yeah.
We have this opportunity because of you, Inquisitor. And we will all profit.
Well, there you go.
We'll
Add
speak
to
another
the
time.
list.
Of course, Lady Inquisitor.
Anyway, what you has? You know, I could buy these things just to have them in the thing. Ooh. Sure, why not? But yeah, I could totally buy those things in the thing.
Your worship?
Stop. Let's see, do I have any more horse things?
All's well.
How are your charges? Well supplied?
Oversupplied. Never thought a mountain pass could seem like luxury.
But remember, do we have any new horse things? Even though, you know, I don't really, you know, I don't really change my horses. Cause okay. Cause you know, we could have horse. 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 I mean, that one was probably, you know, probably the best one because, you know, none of these horses really get armor. And it's like, hey, horse armor. And we have Dracula, because Dracula's so apparently a thing. And we have, you know, stags. Apparently we're missing a few stags for some reason. I don't know why we're missing a few stags, but... And then of course our exotics, our Nuggalopes and all that. That's just I was going to say that's just, you know, those other ones. Huh. Well, there you go, just Scout and horse. Bog Unicorn of 1. So what are you? No, seriously, what are you?
Fine.
You're just a horse with war paint and a wheel battle fighter. It's like, huh. Anyway.
That'll be fine.
Back to my Nuggalope. So, time for Blackwall stuff, I believe. Hey, bud.
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company. When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day they found a dog. A wretched little thing. It came to them for food. They caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up.
Well, that's a bit
Do you know what I did?
You stopped them? Cut the dog down?
I did nothing. Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, the neck straining and twisting. And I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
You couldn't have been the only one there, and no one else stepped in.
Doesn't make what I did any less wrong. I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
Look at you. You would have done the right thing.
That's right.
Whatever you used to be, you aren't anymore. You're the Inquisitor. The Herald of Andraste. We're lucky there are people like you in the world. There's always some dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how to stay away.
Okay, so the problem though is that is not what I'm after. Oh.
I wonder who knows pain astride the game.
I haven't talked to you yet.
Inquisitor.
Right.
A title hard to rhyme. A challenge for another day, I think. Forgive me my distractions, Eminence. I'm overwhelmed by you and what you've done. My name is Meriden, a humble bard.
We've talked, by the way.
What do you bring to the Inquisition?
A simple thing that you know well.
Yes, songs and stuff.
Perhaps I'll also make a coin or two.
Are you a bard?
Oh, heavens no. I hope my skills will help in some
So, how did that help?
Carry on.
Oh, I will...
I feel... you have a quest, but yet...
There is an issue that you
there we
should
go.
address. I think it's worth your time, Inquisitor.
Apparently the game didn't think I actually talked to her yet. Even though I'm pretty sure I have. Also, I don't think we got Blackwall's thing, so we need to go back and talk to Blackwall because, you know, for some reason. We're gonna go back and talk to Blackwall because, you know, we didn't actually get the Blackwall thing.
Right. If you're so smart.
Alright, Blackwall. Alright, Blackwall? Because you've been a friend and inspiration. You've given me the wisdom to know right from wrong, and more importantly, the courage to uphold the farmer. It's been my honor to serve you. But buddy. Buddy. Where the fuck did you go? Buddy. Says there was a new quest. Oh.
The Spy Master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
Well?
He would not have left unless he had a good reason.
It is not for me to speculate on Blackwall's motivations. Sister Leliana had us search the Warden's quarters. Not much to find.
I already read
this
this note, but unless that's here, it was a new
It was
note.
missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is, but it could be a good place to start.
One search response for the Carol massacre that was arrested, captured and later attacked that was who were arrested for their involvement. Tomorrow insists they didn't know who he was assassinating. Just following the orders of his captains, Captain Tom Raynor, still at large. They should be executed within the weekend, Battle Royale. Which means we probably need to go to Battle Royale. But you know what? First we need to do. apparently we need to go talk to the war table now. Oh, we go check here. I don't think we've added anyone to the prison. Well, maybe one. Can't remember. Hi, guard.
No one to watch over, your worship. We either have many friends,
Oh.
or you've made short work of
I guess we have no one in there. And remember, we still have this, which is just... We should probably do something about that, you know? Okay, well... who haven't we talked to yet?
I can spare some time. What do you need?
I read your...
That's a pretty common reaction.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
know nothing to talk to about
Another
that.
time, Varric.
Oh, I just thought of who we could potentially go talk to still. Do. That down to Thundercraft. See if you guys have anything.
Anything you need?
I'll be back later.
I'll be here.
Dagna, anything I need?
You were there. I have to know what it was like. The colors, the smells,
No,
the
right,
magic.
the Fade.
I'm sorry, it's just so exciting. You went into the Fade. If you have time, Inquisitor, do tell.
You seemed excited that I fell into the Fade at Adamant.
Excited? Spring gets me excited. This is a wonder. We can't go there, normally. We don't even dream our way there. I can't even understand what dreams are. But you were there. And came back. Can I take a sample?
A sample?
Oh, that sounded sinister. I meant, can I cut a little piece off of you and do things to it? That didn't sound better, did it?
Oh, it did it.
You'll have a full report of everything I saw. Will that do?
It's a start. I'm sorry.
Those
it's just-
spiders,
this
spider
is
demons.
It all
Big
is.
old spider demon.
Your people cleaned you up after your fall. I wonder if anything is left. So much to think about.
Well, there you go.
What can I do for
More
you?
operations. Oh, great. So, now then... Oh, well, no, we have to talk to Josephine. We haven't talked to her yet. I also haven't gone back upstairs to my room in, like, fucking forever. Josephine, anything new?
How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was unmasked, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
No one can say the evening wasn't memorable.
They've already begun composing songs about it in Val Royale, no doubt. The game's become increasingly insular in the past few years. Corypheus skillfully took advantage. It's disturbing so few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
The nobles of Orlais were worried about their own health, not the Empress's.
Some must have purposefully turned a blind eye. There's often room for advancement when thrones change. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Hey.
I kept dreading I'd drop the wrong spoon or step on a general's foot.
Well done. Feuds that spanned ages have sparked over less.
Really?
Inquisitor never underestimates the enmity of those for whom outrage is a sport.
Anything out?
I was hoping you'd be by. We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Navarra. For both monarchs to come to us is
The Archon
nearly
even.
unheard of.
Well, of course, famous.
More proof the Inquisition's fame has spread.
Fame is one thing. Asking for help is another. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a venatory cult on the Nevaran Tevinter border. King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
What sort of man is the King of Navarra?
At this point, elderly. Many fear his health will soon fail him. Still, he is a Pentagast. Their dynasty is exceptionally strong in Navarra.
As a Pentagast, will Cassandra be upset if we don't help her relatives?
With all respect to Sikar Pentagast, her interest in politics is best described as thin.
Why is the ruler of Tevinter turning on the Venatori?
He has little reason to love them. Archon Redanus has rightly identified Corypheus as competition.
Well, that's fair.
Few monarchs relish a self-styled god.
Exactly.
Tell me about Redanus.
Like most Tevinter rulers, he's heir to an ancient bloodline, politically shrewd, and a highly skilled mage. Rumor also claims he has an incredibly soft spot for cats.
Well, there you go.
What course of action would you take if you were in my place?
Strained as their relationship with Orlais is, I would assist the Imperium. Their friendship is difficult to win, and Marcus is a fading power. Tevinter is the longer, richer gain.
Yeah, okay, so think about this here in a tactical perspective. So, Navarra is just sort of there. Like, hell, even in Veilguard, we didn't even really get explored Navarra. All we got to explore was, you know, the big old crypt place. The necropolis and all that. That's all we really explored in Navarra. Like, we didn't really meet much in Navarra. Tevinter, though. Tevinter is, you know, well, it was the Empire. And now it's still that place that we don't really have, like, most of the South doesn't have good ties with, you know, Tevinter, for obvious reasons. So, the problem though is, okay, think about also from the political thing. If we help Tevinter, some of the South's probably going to frown on that, though. Because, oh no, you're helping the potential enemy. Why would you do that? But at the same time, Navarra's just sort of there. Like, woo. I think, yeah, we're right, Tevinter.
Tell the Archon the Inquisition will do Tevinter the favor of wiping out the Venatori on its borders.
Very good, Inquisitor. We'll inform him at once.
Anything else?
It's good to see you.
What do the...
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Okay, finally.
Another time.
Let's go to the workout zone. Yay. Over an hour of dialogue. Fucking dialogue. Well, hey, at least Bioware isn't like, you know.
It's time to plan our next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
Our alliance with Orlais holds. For the present. They'll send aid on request.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus' followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
As are saying. Oh yeah, a lot of dialogue. Bioware is very dialogue heavy. Cause you know, the thing is, you do a whole bunch of MMOs. For the most part, they don't really have that much dialogue. Cause basically it's usually, here's a quest. And let's face it, the majority of people just don't even really read the quest, except for maybe some details on what they need to do. And it's just like, accept quest, then go do the thing, come back, turn the quest, accept reward. Like, most people don't really take time to read the actual dialogue for quests in MMORPGs. It's just, hey, quest, XP, reward, Yay. Next. Problem though is, yeah, I've gotten into that mentality, so it's hard for me to appreciate, you know, taking time to actually go over reading everything. It's like the codexes in this. Like, there's so much codexes. It's like, nope, I don't even really read half them. Just boop, boop, moving on. But as I said, at least Bioware isn't like what is it? The Pathfinder series. Like, at times I've thought about doing, like, Wrath of the Righteous, or, you know, Rogue Trader, which isn't very Pathfinder, but from the same devs. But the problem, though, is, last time I did Rogue Trader, oh god, it was just like, okay, so here's all the stuff to learn, with details and stuff, but then it's like, dialogue, like walls upon walls of dialogue, and I was just like, oh, fuck that. I don't have time to read everything. I think there's even a mod where I could have, like, what is it, like, text-to-speech, read for me. But even then, it's still, like, that's just still so much dialogue to go through and everything. More than actually getting into action and stuff. Anyway.
We've beaten their god twice over. Corypheus must be livid. Where is he now?
After you dealt with the Duchess, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds. He's moving south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
They've terrorized Thedas long enough. We end them now.
No.
If Corypheus is hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we'll go.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one.
Hi, Morgan.
Fortunately, I can assist.
You have my attention, Lady Morrigan.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
'Tis best if I show you. ...
I'm trying to do war table stuff. Oh, fine. We'll go look at the mirror.
This is an Illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
Because remember, these things can connect, you know, long distances. If you could connect one to the Fade, you could go, you know, into the Fade and find the Black City and get them, potentially.
You can restore an artifact like this.
There was a price, but one I gladly paid. I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
Just like, okay. Sure, why not? The problem though is I want to go to, I have like so many things at my war table to deal with. Then I need to go to my list and cross-check things and but yeah, take note of where we're going and also remember stuff about Veilguard. Those are taking exceptionally long to load this area. Even though this area is just... I think this area is literally just a cutscene, so... Why is it taking so long to load?
If this place once had a name, it has long been lost. I call it the Crossroads, a place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
This place is extraordinary. How could this even exist?
Who can say? Formed from the fabric of time and space, perhaps. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or
Exactly
unusable.
like
As for the rest,
that one
a few
place in
can be opened
Veilguard.
from this side, but
There's a lot more mirrors there than in Veilguard.
What do you mean, a few can be opened from this side?
some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
I suppose you have such a key.
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
How did you find out about this place?
I could feel
My
souls
travels
twitching
have
from
led
hell.
me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor. Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world.
Remember, she went through an
The
illusion.
ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
If they don't lead back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better. For a time, I had a safe place to raise my son. But only for a time. One cannot remain in between forever.
Corypheus wants to come here.
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the Anchor.
He learned of the Illuvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
I have, like, other shit to do. Like, there's still 2, 3, maybe 4 more maps. Among, you know, you seen all those things on the war table? Pulsing? Yeah, I got, like, all that to deal with. Oh god, now I have to wait for this to reload Skyhold. Oh god, we're doomed. We're doomed. The Skyhold takes a while to load. I was trying to go do the Black Wolf thing. I was trying to go do Liliana's thing. But yeah. And now it's just Val. No longer blue. Oh, hi.
My Lady Inquisitor.
Elven lore?
You seem to know a great deal about elven lore.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus.
I feel like Solus and you could have one hell of a conversation. But, yeah. But that would require Solus to let slip on things that he doesn't want to let slip on things. Anyway, now I need to go back to the fucking war table. Again. You know. Again. Oops, that's my quarters. That's not the war table at all. Shit. Oh, so by the way, see? Look, my outfit's back to normal. Yeah, I thought it would seem to pay off. Well, hey, we might as well. While we're here, let's go up. Yay, look at our dwarven bed. We could climb up there to my balcony. Woo. We could go to my, you know. Urgh. God, that is just so default chainmail. Or we could have, I mean, I guess it's supposed to be slightly gold, but let's face it, it's not great. Let's face it, this here is still my favorite armor. Or my favorite casual armor. So why do we have a Templar banner up? I made sure I had dwarf things, didn't I? Anyway, time to go back over here again. Cause yeah, it's like, by the way, just gonna go to the war table and select things. We're just going to take you for a side trip to see what the whole goal is of Corypheus. Anyway, hi guys, can I do things now? Oh, hi Mara again. Okay, so here's the thing. This here's a big thing. What Pride had wrought. I can't remember if there was time to do anything else after this one.
What happened in Adamant is a shame.
I think it just sort of
I'm
leads
still
up
reeling
towards
over
the
the army
final.
of demons. Imagine what would have happened if the Inquisitor hadn't arrived.
So anyway, I need to go here and get my fucking checklist, my Google table. Cause, you know, here's the thing, for the most part, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, like, 90% of this, it's just, hey, it's just a quest. It doesn't matter. There are a few that's like, hey, well, some of these things do matter, but they're very far in between. But look at all this shit we have to deal with now. Anyway, according to Dorian, I'm pretty sure this would fall under Dorian things, so I need to scroll down here to Dorian. Line bow and stuff has a lot. The fuck is Dorian's? Well, let's see. It's Blackwall, it's Cole, it's Colin. I don't see Dorian though. Okay, fine, we'll go from this one, the other side. What is the quest name? The name of our enemy. The name of our enemy. Apparently this one's unlocked after Skyhold. That's dumb. Because we've talked to Dorian multiple times, and this hasn't popped up until now. So, I don't think that was unlocked after Skyhold. Anyway, it doesn't really matter which choice we make, they're all the same reward. Now for the part that sucks, the reading. According to Dorian, it might be possible to discover who Griffiths once was, knowing that he was here and could make him less attractive to adventurers zealots who think of him as a god. According to this information, however, it's more difficult than one might suppose. Such ancient information could be found in the Magisterium's library of Minthrappus, but the Grand Narcos has so far replied to a message with polite misdirection. Dorian says he is the king of this particular castle and knows it. He might be blocking efforts out of allegiance to Griffiths, or simply because he can. Threats. Bribes. Nah, Liliana. I think Liliana probably is the majority of my choices, just because, you know, why not? Send agents. An agent of Amazing Cinder returned from Merprapper's success. For an attack, she posed as a magister's assistant, bluffing her way into the Magisterium's library to gently perform research and magic right now with the Librarian, but also a number of other mystical tomes. Before leaving any evidence that traces back to the Inquisition, it may take some time for Dorian to go through that. Oh, great. Now I have to go talk to Dorian again, don't I? Also, Wayblade. I think Wayblade's that, sword staff thing. Thank. Only thing I'm probably sure it's probably only a tier 2, which is dumb. Oh, Dorian has completed his research and using the thing and believes he has found a connection between Griffin and an ancient magic named Scythius or Paus Andreas. It would be difficult to prove and may be able to use, but it's worth knowing that how similar Sirius is, even though I was Sirius and Griffins. If it the same person would be worth here a scandal to enter one that current members of that family might be desperate to avoid. And black on them, yeah.
Inquisitor.
The actor for how time was so quick and rapid coming me they've known about this scandal in the family tree for some time, centuries perhaps. First ones were threats, but after being assured of our serious intent, they quickly changed their tune. Several times arrived with a letter for you. So would be the same thing. Let me see. Yep, same route. Same thing. Doesn't matter of choice. So, Inquisitor, per your recommendation, I'd like your permission to send some of the charges to Animated Fortress. Inquisition only destroyed most of my troops could tear down enough of the rest that it doesn't turn into a stronghold for demons of Venator or whatever else causing us trouble. Send over forces.
All right.
Oh, shit, it's actually going to take time. Weird. The Imperial Army will aid the Inquisition's forces against Corypheus, but they must also address language issues at home. Witness in the Pale no doubt hiding due to risks resulting demons on the road between Valpera Random and Wadsworth. This would demand a call to action at the best of times. Unfortunately, the increased number of travelers on the road as merchants attempt to restore trade displaced appearance returning home after the wars made the situation worse. Hey, how about you send scouts?
Inquisitor.
We don't need to send entire patrols. Because we're sort that would stretch us a bit thin, don't you think? Imperial replies Barton, we ours. So, you know, we send scouts to, you know, don't go that way, those demons. Okay, a follow-up one. The charge were able to tear down what was left of Adamant Fortress. The demons could have been a problem, but the support forces Command dispatch kept them off our pass quite nicely. The extra time the Inquisition forces gave us, we were able to salvage very interesting items and, you know, stuff. So hey, Inquisition, per information came from the wreckage of Adamant Fortress. The Inquisition has learned of a cache of Grey War supplies hidden not far away from a place such supplies aid those fighting large numbers of darts, but move out reinforcements, the Inquisition can make good use of them. Send our forces to go grab
Inquisitor.
them. Now 40 seconds, jeez. Yeah, this one I my dear Inquisitor. Oh, hey, we're actually using my name instead of Kadash. That's Not what I was expecting. My dear Christopher Tiffany, there was no time for us to dance in the Winter Palace, but perhaps I might come the dance you offer now. You may not be familiar with the anime, but I allude to every great moment in the music and in the game. I would be happy to teach you the steps. To begin, the couple which form 2 lines facing one another south of the Imperial Highway between there and the basin. It's a beautiful place to wander, groves, holly, hawks, and fifth-rate meaderies that recently lost its lord to the Civil War. On the western edge of the young Comte de Poisson stands lining up his liberatory soldiers for a quick and quiet invasion. Ah, depends. I mean, it might be perhaps be considered your property. I mean, I'd roasted forces. But anyway, let's see. Everyone's hard cash goes to mental and equipment useful to any military force. Those include several road design. So what the fuck did I actually get? I'm sorry, you have to be more specific on what I gained from that. You can't just be like, hey, good job, you did it. You sort of need a follow-up on telling me what I actually did, you know. Oh. I'm supposed to have gained a Grey Warden shield. I think since I might actually already have the diagram, that's why it's not popping up as a reward. Maybe. Anyway. Yeah. Oh god, we have follow-ups. I was not prepared for this much reading. Yay for Phil, but yay. Dialogue. It's not even dialogue, it's literally just, here's text documents worth of reading. To the leadership of the Inquisition, it comes to great charge to me that the organization that claims to be paying from the breach shows an interest in walnut farming. I've chosen to throw unshoveled nuts into the sky to repel demons. Treat such matters are beyond my expertise. You have a legitimate claim, and I should like to hear it. Hey, we got a ruby out of it. My dear Inquisitor, your dance was the bearers remembered. Are you ready for the second move? The hammer is typically followed by a coriander, in which the steps are much faster, almost running. Sir enjoyed your last maneuver that is now racing to petition the Council of Heraldry. Nisham was claimed to you, and I was the first one he contacted, of course, because while the young man is prone to missteps, he is not complete fool. He is very likely to reach out to Duke Cyril de Montfort, or Duke Germain. That's Cyril's the youngest and most persuaded by the Council. Germain is the oldest and most likely to support a claim of any order of legion nobility with a donation of lands, junior, and dressing cloths. Should make your own move. Yeah, this sounds like political intrigue, so.
Inquisitor?
Maybe that was not the right choice, but I don't know. Do you want to concern read the Council of Heraldry and the holdings of the Inquisition? Yay. Look at all those names. Yeah, we're getting gold from it. Woo. Pastor Montias, we have no mad, but I believe you have, though discreet means saving from a most disagreeable connection. That I just like being endeavored to anyone. I shall endeavor to repay you with news of items such of some interest. Your Duchess of Leeds recently paid visits to Lake Celestine. Indeed, she the entire fortnight to guest Duke Elvin. Ah, jeez, these names. Send our agent.
Let's see what we have.
Counter violence order has directly challenged the holdings of our ally Lord stuff. And allies, do. But hey, how about you have a, you know, marriage session? There was a conflict between the Age and House before that the House responded to appeal what they know the most desirable outcome arranged marriage to solidify peace is far from the worst possibility. We basically Game of Thrones this shit. Hey, another amulet power. My dearest vividly, you can imagine the scandal when such badges event were going from wrapped in the coat of arms and added to the chancellor's board and power royale. Amulet power. Other people removes the downward pointing triangle symbols from our outposts. They have not been able to reappearance, which means later it's clear someone with interest in the Inquisition, someone organized for ties to those across the sea. We've eliminated the Canori's most obvious suspects. Nonetheless, knowing who they are does not tell us who they are. What they're doing or why they're clever, we know that they have resources, but so do we. So, Colin, you're useless. You had nothing on this, so yeah, Theriana. If investigation have any more hopes to see, we'll have to strike hard and fast. Ooh, Master Demon Slayer. Commander Spy Master, she's a resource for 1-1. She Tracer Agent 2. Kaime Bray, the match was ruled in favor of Terror Sister to go off her don't. Then the progressive she fed out so that she has gotten all she can from Sir Helm a kept her and at least doesn't know there's a force about him. If you know more from her, so intention was to watch. I see enough Griffiths and us all and the Inquisition is his only hope for stopping him. The executioners. My dear Ambassador Marquez, and I wish I could favor fondest wishes to the Inquisitor and the Inquisition, although I hope to pay a state visit to Skyhold in the near future. For the work of restoring which Gasford has damaged requires too much of my time at present. My dear Marquez has, however, found a suitable means of showing appreciation. Military plot against Navarro, no problem, stuff. So, yeah, I had contacted a power who could carry on a war into the count. I almost disregarded your warning and thank the Maker I did not, just as you said, to prevent brigands of ambush me on the road to the capital. Lost 2 good men in the battle, probably would have lost more had we not been on guard. I'm honored to admit that I am in your debt. Should you need a favor in Cumberland? Yeah, why couldn't we go to Cumberland instead of just Grand Necropolis? Hey, look, more ammo to power that I don't know what to do with. Anyway, more stuff. I recently became a well-talented and inventive young blacksmith from that approach. Once we were introduced to my extensive connections, I negotiated a deal to obtain his weapon plans for the Inquisition. So unfortunately, I've just now been outbid by no one from Vardar who maintains a private army. Sure, negotiations. I was unable to reach a compromise with this franchise. First, our influence is not sure so. Well, he did give us some raw materials, supposedly. I don't see any rewards, but once again, I probably should have read on this one. There's just so many. Let's see, where does it fall on this list? Negotiate a deal. Basically, I got Masterwork Sentinel Shield, but since I already apparently had it, if I did secrets, I would have got an Antiferous Cleaver. Maybe I should have did secrets. Maybe I should have did secrets. Oh well, doesn't matter. Tell Cassandra. Then Well, I only have one choice, though. The Inquisition will have to prove any support for the Cassandra as the Chantry's choice was not defined quietly. Traditionally, Chantry looks on open declarations for the duration so they can be counterproductive. The few words in the right ears can be very efficient. Note. Once the Inquisition gives support, you cannot also give support to anyone else. So basically, if you support Cassandra, you can't support Liriana. Cool.
Let us begin.
News support for Cassandra has made its way to the clouds, secretion in the Grand Cathedral. Just how much of an influence their decision remains to be seen. Also, a reminder, Viviline is also a potential candidate for Divine. How you do that, I forget. But I know I probably wouldn't make that choice. That from my Cruiser stuff. Cruiser may not. I am not by several estimations of Code Red. Nice person, as they say. One must have a past to cover the future. I say perhaps I should clarify that. I say that for my own reasons. The hands of an over said person have created my recipes.
Let's see what we have.
It's dead as you ordered. Challenge, of course, I appreciate the find out which of you address potential problems, and I show you that this action was both correct and inevitable, both for my interest and for yours. Yeah, we got into thing. Storm floor stuff. Yeah, it would be faster to just buy them.
Let's see what we have.
So reverse appearance is especially sensitive to disruptions caused by the rifts. Well, there you go. An official request made officially. Christian should suffer exposure to details of the energy of the paid. To properly help important to these forces and understand that I need samples. Any remnants I need to see if please request the resources for a grand experiment to pair through the panel as far as I can. That's so dope. Yep, sure have what you need. Hey, that doesn't really help me, but thanks. I can't stand with supply remnants of exposure to the rest of the pay, and she has done something. What? It is perhaps best to contain her efforts to the Undercroft for now. God, do I have to go back and talk to all these people after this too? I don't know. The turnaround of the major event has been quelled, however the city where it all began, Kirkwall still suffers from the consequences of the fanatic Anders' actions. Yay, Anders, you fucked everything up. Kirkwall was once my home. It was the home of the Grand Cleric thing, who was a mother to me and so many others. I watched a language Stockhaven was soon embark on mission phase. We sent troops and workers to assist in the rebuilding of and restoration of the city. So basically, hey, we don't do anything. Yep, going. Right there, get rid of it. Ooh, a shield. Varying efforts are progressing well, but that was there we can do about the red lyrium. It seems impossible to destroy. I've destroyed how much red lyrium now? Territories most concentrated must be placed under quarantine. Hey, Alistair, yay. This thing I don't even own a mask. That's when the Legion Empress invites me to engage in real peace talks. I get nervous. I don't know what Legions mean when they say that, but I hear it involves poison, dancing, and perhaps both at the same time. Don't you know Empress Celine and she owes you for that whole saved your life business? Considering you also helped save mine, perhaps the Inquisition could help make these talks happen? They're just like, nope, we have nothing to chime in on. We got to a bad blood between these nations. Yay, negotiations.
Let us begin.
Before our Pontius come to lies and thoughtless gifts insult her name. I hate her and Scotia pulled my out. Let's not let her make these vulgar claims. Jeez, Ariana. No, this is ridiculous. Oh, that's great. No, this is ridiculous. Ariana, deal with this.
Let's see what we have.
I tried to add a lesson learned by all. We just removed her tongue. Simple. While the Inquisition has done so much to remove Sedge from the roads of LA and found both not the same as rely for securing trade routes and all to get more expensive connection ponies, and nevertheless, First Inquisition is on the cusp of achieving it.
Inquisitor.
Oh, look at all that. This man proven a great profitable trade long it is. In peacetime, Python's claims impact will be felt far and wide. Yay. The talks between Ferrer and LA took place in Jada, and it was not easy to keep matters from spiraling out of control. Now, there's no diplomat after all, and had little patience within this fanfare. Thankfully, the legions are uninterested in more war and were able to smooth way toward an eventual peace treaty. The king's long sword that once belonged to the reverend hero King Cowhead. As thanks for what the Inquisition helped create. Nice. We good now? Holy shit, we might actually be good now. Okay. So, before we go do any of these, I need to go talk to people. Again. Potentially. That's gonna keep popping up for a while. And you go see if there's any follow-up between some people. Hey, any follow-up?
Thank you for your investment in my investigations, Inquisitor. I've learned something, I think. I don't know.
What have you learned? Did you find out about the Fade?
I got a scraping that was cleaned off you, and it's weird. And the other rift bits, they're a bit weird. It's just weird. I said weird, right?
Answers, Dagna.
Lyrium and the Fade linked, but dwarves and Tranquil not linked. But they work lyrium, so they are. Somehow. There's something there. I was face deep in a rune, and for a moment, I was tall. Really tall. And I thought all the thoughts.
You felt taller.
You basically
How
saw
much
into the
taller?
Titans for a second.
Mountain tall. Or I was the mountain. But I was moving. I felt dizzy. You know what I remembered? Watching a shaper it carve the wall of memory, except big. Isn't that weird? Maybe there were fumes.
What do you mean when you say thought all the thoughts?
I don't know. As if for a moment I was around all my people, and my thought was all of theirs.
Your thoughts were our thoughts.
No, my thought was all of our thoughts, like parts. Ugh, words are mush. Maybe that's what the stone feels like. Or we think it feels like. If we think it feels. Creepy.
So Tranquil and dwarves are linked to lyrium, but also not linked.
Like the lyrium needs to flow, but if you're part of it, it takes you with it. So you can't be part of it. That makes me sad. I'm not sure why. It seems like we should be part of it. Whatever it is. Or maybe we're the ones who make it happen. Whatever it is. You know what's frustrating? Answers that aren't answers.
Well, keep at.
Keep investigating, and let me know what you find.
I tried to make it happen again, but it wouldn't. Then I had a headache. And cocoa and a lie down. I'll keep at it. It's weird. Oh, and I made a rune. It's weird too. Be careful with it.
Well, there you go. So, yeah, that whole Titan thing, technically. But the very worst explanation of that. How's the Avenger? Meh. How about armor? Did I get any armor? No. Okay. Ah, shit. Trying to think who else could potentially have stuff after that dialogue check. Shit, I don't know.
Need something? Or are you just here to admire the dwarf?
I'm just here to admire the dwarf. Ah, Krim. Krim might have stuff as a follow-up. It's hard to tell. Question mark? We should go investigate that question mark. Whoa, game. Hi, Krim.
Inquisitor?
Anything else I
Can
can do?
you think of any other tasks?
A few Orlesian nobles, they're not rebelling out. The Charters have a... The nobles will lose the men they met for causing trouble, and the Inquisition gets some fresh blood.
Great, we have more.
We'll talk later.
I can't even talk to you right now. Okay, well, hey, there's no operation we can do at least. But I think we'll worry about that when we get back to the war table. As for now, high Grey Wardens. There's a question mark though. Oh, maybe it's this stand hill. So what does this one sell? Well, there's a Staff of the Forge. Cool. I mean, that's a bunch of sticks, but yeah. Anything else? Okay. How about anything else? No, not really. Cool. Okay.
Maker and Lady.
Oh, Bison, do you have anything else?
A lot of them apart.
My Lady Inquisitor, your efforts to restore our hubs of commerce have been tremendous. As is the gratitude. Good fortune, Inquisitor.
Anyway, I think it's time we walk map. Okay. So, few things. So we'll go back to Battle Royale for now, because, you know, actually we need to go back to Battle Royale for a few things, I think. Potentially, because we haven't been back yet on those potential new merchants. Of course, remembering that, oh, but that's different. Oh, you changed your car though, I see. ... Yeah, like, the thing, if I do like another playthrough, I might do like, okay, Blackwall as our tank, because he honestly has probably the best tank tree. I mean, he has Champion, which could be very good for tanking, besides tanking. And then Sarah and Varric. So 2 rogues. And then, you know, probably my main character would be a mage again. Just cause you need a mage. And I prefer actually playing as mage. Like, don't get me wrong, Warrior's fun. The whole whirlwind when a whirlwind wants to work is not bad. Quote, when it wants to work. Because, yeah, it's like, okay, I'll hold down the button, and sometimes it just ends prematurely. Like, I don't even get hit, and it's just like, oh, we're just gonna stop. It's like, but I need you to keep spinning. Still looking forward to our mage playthrough in Veilguard. Don't get me wrong, Warrior was fun as fuck in Veilguard. Like, kicking people into things. Having, you know, invincibility frames and spin to win was pretty great too.
The Winter Palace.
Oh jeez, what am I?
Duchess Florian disgraced.
A shock, I agree.
Let's see. You have anything new? You still have shit? Yeah, shit. How about you? Superior battle mage armor, right? It's not bad.
The wiles of a bargain hunter. I am honored to accommodate. Within reason, of course.
Oh yeah, within reason. How about over here? Ah yes. Oh jeez, there's like 3 of you now. Stick. Anyway, you have anything of note? Flank rune stones. That's not bad for plus 10. I can make better though. Anyway, let's go investigate, shall we?
Cyril Mornay, for your crimes against the Empire of Orlais. For the murders of General Vincent Callier, Lady Laurette Callier, their 4 children, and their retainers. You are sentenced to be hanged from the neck until dead. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Very well.
Who's this man to Blackwall? A brother? A friend?
Poor bastard. So, where's food? Orlesians always stock these things.
Proceed.
Stop!
Hi, Blackwall.
A Grey Warden.
This man is innocent of the crimes laid before him. Orders were given, and he followed them like any good soldier. He should not die for that mistake.
Then find me the man who gave the order.
Dun,
Blackwall!
dun, dun.
No, I am not Blackwall. I never was Blackwall. Warden Blackwall is dead, and has been for years. I assumed his name to hide like a coward from who I really am.
You, after all this time.
It's over. I'm done hiding. I gave the order. The crime is mine. I am Tom Rainier.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm surprised they didn't just move his head to the noose, you know? Instead, they just walked off. It's like, wait.
Sire, you should know those men approached me again.
Okay. The last time they
Can
came
you
to the manor, I
believe
told
it?
them to leave
Tom
you
Renier
They came to
himself.
me in the market. They claim I misdirected.
You must know something about Renee.
I know what everyone knows. He'll hang for the massacre of a noble and his family.
Where did they take the prisoner?
In the jail of the marketplace. If you've goodbyes to say them now. It's a damned mess, but believe you me, it'll be sorted out quick. Lots of people can't wait to see that man swing.
I'm surprised they didn't just be like, oh, well, he's hell. Moving to the news.
Goodbye then.
So where do I need to go? Oh, over there. Oh, do. Hi, Barnabas, what do you have? Answering of flanking. Alright, you have accessories. And those. Like, why would I want to buy those? Why would I want to buy things I can sell? They're only worth selling. But while I am here, is there any new furniture? There's crafting materials, but furniture. Well, I mean, I guess. This is not really what I would like, but, you know. I'm still missing a few banners, though. Fuck if I know where to get them. I
When it
don't.
all cleared, she was still in charge. So what was the point? You would not.
I have no idea where to get those rest of those banners. Because we're basically almost at the end of the game, so it's like, huh. Hi guys, what do you have? Master World. I mean, that's expensive. And not that great. It's expensive. But man. How about you? What you has? I would buy your books though. I'm not sure how they would help me, but hey, books. Hi, thanks for the books.
Even the tomes of Halam Shiral are open to us. I wonder if I've secured a ledger or two of him.
Okay, now that we dealt with that, let's go talk to not Blackwall, but Rainer. Let's go talk to Tom. Oh, we even have a loading screen for this. Ooh. After this, we'll probably head back to... We'll head to the Lariana's thing, probably. Oh. Oh, hey, loot, even. Ooh. Oh, hey, just another fucking hamlet of power. Well, what the hell am I gonna do with all these hamlets of power? Hey. You know, you could have told me these things.
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded his death. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush. Darkspawn. He was killed. I took his name to stop the world from losing a good man. But a good man, the man he was, wouldn't have let another die in his place.
You saved that man. That took courage.
Courage? I killed innocent people. Destroyed Mornay's life and the lives of others like him. One moment of courage will not make up for that. Why are you here?
Well, that's up to you.
That depends on what you say.
Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied to my men about what they were doing. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason, while I was pretending to be a better man. This is what I am. A murderer, a traitor, a monster.
Can you at least give a reason why?
I know you're more than what you say. Have some faith in yourself.
Like, can you explain why you had those? No.
Yes.
I need to know the details of what you did. Who you killed,
Exactly.
why.
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general, Ulf Gold. The man was General Vincent Callier. My employer was a Chevalier, Robert Chapuis. Sir Robert believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais and would eventually take the throne. He thought that by eliminating one of Celine's loyal supporters, he might endear himself to the true Emperor. I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked. I didn't care. There was good coin offered, and I took it. By the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, I was long gone. Of course, the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game.
Probably those you do not sound Orlesian at all, so...
My reports say that Callier was with his family. You had them all slaughtered.
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. I assumed only soldiers, armed guards. My men had been told to eliminate everyone. They'd seen war. They thought they were defending their country. No one likes to think about that. But it's names that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
But you weren't at war. Not really.
I've been on enough battlefields to know the same crime at the right time would have earned a medal. But that's what I did, and why I deserve to be here.
You got your men to help you. What did you tell them?
They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission. They trusted me without question, just as your men trust you.
Armies are weapons. Weapons don't wield themselves.
Weapons don't have lives, families, dreams. An army is not just a weapon.
There's another thing I'm still wondering.
Yes?
I need to know about Blackwall. The real Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing, a waste of life. But he wanted to recruit me. We headed to Valchavan for the joining. But Blackwall insisted on making a stop along the way. An old ruin from one of the previous blights. He said it led to the deep roads. I was to go down a loader, find a dark spawn, and fill a vial with its blood. When I returned, I found the warden ambushed by more of the creatures. He took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
Not saying I disagree, but Blackwall clearly thought you were worth saving.
No one should have died for me. He would have wanted me to carry on to Valchavan, I'm certain. But without Blackwall, there was no proof that I'd been recruited. That I didn't kill him. I couldn't go to the Wardens. But I couldn't just walk away. So, Rainier died. And Blackwall lived.
Convenient.
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army.
You don't have a really
well
good
regarded,
accent.
respected. But it wasn't enough. One mistake. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
The man on the gallows, Mornay. Who was he?
My second in command. He was a good man. When I heard he'd been caught, I was resolved to stop his execution. Couldn't let another die for my mistake.
That's all for now.
Oh, when you go discuss shit with Colin, it's like... I forgot how, this plays out, but yeah, it's like...
I have Liliana's report on Tom Rainier.
Hi. I didn't expect you here. I was expecting to have to go all the way back to Skyhold. How'd you get here so fast?
Give me the overview.
Looks like our friend was once a respected captain in the Imperial Orlesian army. Before the Civil War, he was turned, persuaded to assassinate one of Celine's biggest supporters. He led a group of fiercely loyal men on this mission, and told them nothing of it. His men took the fall for him. A few lucky ones, like Mornay, managed to escape.
Let me guess. Our spy master had this lying around somewhere, didn't she?
It would have been difficult for anyone to connect Blackwall to Rainier. Even Liliana has something of a blind spot when it comes to wardens. What do we do now?
That is the question.
Blackwall... Rainier has accepted his fate, but you don't have to. We have resources. If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
If it were up to you, what would happen?
What he did to the men under his command was unacceptable. He betrayed their trust, betrayed ours. I despise him for it. And yet he fought as a warden, joined the Inquisition, gave his blood for our cause. And the moment he shakes off his past, he turns around and owns up to it. Why?
He wanted to change. To prove that he'd really left his past behind. He had to face up to it.
Saving Mornay the way he did took courage, I'll give him that. But I can't tell you what to do.
Okay, I'm out. I'll deal with this
Have
myself.
Rainier released to us.
We must move quickly. We can explore our options back at Skyhold.
Exactly. New operations available. Oh yeah. Still need to go there. Still need to find that one Fenitari. Snow, Wyvern, and Soda Plains. Haven't even been there yet. Well, looks like I need to go back to the table. Oops, I probably should try just fast traveling. Oh well. See. Anyway, let's go do a very honest thing. Then we go back to Skyhold again. I was gonna say, you didn't even give me a choice to pick people, so
It's just as I remember it.
You didn't tell me you'd been here before.
After the Blight ended, I came here to see Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother.
But wasn't she at like the Denerim Chantry at the time? Anyway.
It's peaceful here. You must have good memories of this place.
It was a place of comfort. It is good to see it still untouched by Corypheus.
Liliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No. I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lady, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
You owe me 20 readings of the Canticle of Trials for that insult.
She doesn't mean it. Natalie, listen. There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here.
Oh,
Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Always remember
Oh God, look at that.
Sprung from a barren branch. That light has no fear of darkness.
There's a hidden mechanism.
Lives in an open heart.
She must be hinting at something in here. Let's look around.
Do they still sing verses from the benedictions every Friday? That canticle was Justinia's favorite.
Yes, of course. Never give up.
Hey, look at hidden mechanism. I like how it solved the clue, but all you have to do is just go ping.
And morbid. But Justinia always
Just keep
said that
pinging until you
passion
find the
is greatest
thing,
strength.
you know.
Doubt is easy. It takes courage to trust. I stare up at the breach sometimes.
I
It's
pushed the button.
terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
I pushed the
Have you seen
button.
it by sunrise?
When the sun rises through it,
Apparently I went too fast and now they're just going to talk about things.
like a broken mirror.
Yes. Spectacular, isn't it?
What was that?
Looks like we
That was
opened
me
something.
advancing things before the rest of you. Hey, look, we found a thing.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
What?
Good old Leliano was playing you the whole time. Didn't you realize?
They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start. Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickleweed burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her.
An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept her ideas to herself. I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move.
So, yeah.
I want to know what this Grand Cleric planned here.
She sent Natalie here to see what Justinia was hiding, no?
The Inquisition has turned Thedas away from the true Chantry. It must be stopped.
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them.
We don't have to be at odds, Natalie. You could come with us, join the Inquisition.
I was called to serve the Grand Cleric. I will not betray her. Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
We don't have to kill her.
No. I must protect the Inquisition. She is an enemy.
I see what you've become. The righteous stand before the darkness, and the Maker shall guide them.
I said, thanks, Bioware. By the way, your choices. You're given a choice, and fuck if it matters at times.
No! This can't be it. There's nothing here.
It's not what you expected. That doesn't mean it's nothing.
There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out.
What about the right hand?
1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. Just like I'd been used in the past. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia gambled with the fate of nations. She needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Then you have to let it go. Let her go. You don't owe her anything anymore.
This? Now? After everything you've said and done? I hesitated with Butler, but you never did. You gave me confidence that killing him was the right answer. After Haven, we agreed that war requires sacrifices. Whatever it takes, you said. And my poor dear Natalie. I called her sister once, but I couldn't risk leaving her alive.
That was your decision.
Don't tell me to let it all go after all I've sacrificed to get here. Justinia tried to save me, but all it's done is made me realize I don't need saving. There is work to be done. I'll see you back at Skyhold.
Well then. Huh. Okay, well, yeah, let's go back to Skyhold. You go talk to Liliana. Need to go talk to well, need to decide Blackwater's fate. Need to wrap this video up. Okay, any thoughts?
If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
Zola, so Illuvians, you know anything
Greetings.
about them?
I'd be interested in hearing your opinions on elven culture.
Perhaps you could ask Sarah. She has opinions.
You don't much care for Sarah, do you?
I pity her. Although I imagine she would
I
detest
mean,
her.
she's a city elf, not
Perhaps
a
in
daily
truth,
elf.
I envy her. She has a purity of purpose that I lack. I have observed too much and done too little. What do you wish to know?
Is elven magic different from the magic used by humans?
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Baelish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
The legends of elven immortality. did they use magic to
I
increase
mean,
their
they ate a
lifespan?
bunch of Titans.
It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony. It must have been beautiful.
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Devinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
Every time I've seen blood magic used, it's been for some evil purpose.
I once saw a woman stabbed in the stomach with a dagger. She died slowly, in agony. It was repulsive. If the Chantry outlawed daggers, would that stop people from using them? Of course not. Some would use daggers in secret, shamed, and some would find rebellion titillating, step down the path of depravity.
It doesn't matter how they arrived there. Most blood mages use their power for the wrong reasons.
Yes, but not all. I once saw a blood mage healer who shed her own blood to close a patient's wounds. Although admittedly, you are unlikely to find her here.
Oh god, well, down the rabbit
I'd like to
hole.
know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Shiral. But Hallam Shiral was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Elvanan was the Empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish Erebels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
I'd like to know more about the Dalish elves.
It is a mistake to think of the Dalish as a single group. They have lived as separate clans for centuries now. As a consequence, each clan has learned, interpreted, and forgotten different parts of elven history. Some trade freely with humans, or adopt city elves who flee the alienages. Others attack humans on sight.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Devinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
Oh, there you go.
We'll talk...
Goodbye.
Oh yeah, Dorian might have a follow-up. I forgot about the book and Dorian.
Fancy meeting you here.
No, he does not have a single thing to talk about. Well, shit.
Where I'll be.
How about you?
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor.
Oh,
Here it is.
calm down, me. Calm down. It's like, I just did your thing. It's like, no, I have more things I need
Grand
you to do.
Cleric Fatoi is scrambling after loss of her ancient.
Good.
We're gonna talk.
Her support base is in Morale. Tear it down.
I want to talk.
Grand Cleric Victoire wishes to make an enemy of the Inquisition. I'll give her what she wants. Doesn't Victoire have a young cousin? Lord Firmin? She dotes on him.
Yes, mistress. I believe that is so.
Good. Have him collected. He shall be an honored guest, and make sure the Grand Cleric hears about it.
At your command.
Stop. We
You're
make
dealing with the
decisions
Grand
without
Cleric
my
a little
approval.
harshly, don't you think?
Harsh times call for harsh measures, Inquisitor. You see, when I'm ruthless, it gets us where we need to be. It's something to be proud of. Why fix it? How funny that her regret is what finally puts my own to rest. I chose to become her left hand, knowing what it meant. It was my weakness that stopped me from fully committing to my task.
You have a good heart. It's not a weakness.
You're too kind, Inquisitor. Call it what it is. The Inquisition needs me just as the Divine did, to do what no one else dares. Death and deception are my trade. It is what I am.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
like,
what I always will be.
maybe we shouldn't make you divine. Oh, there you go. Anything else?
So Varric knew where the champion was all along. That's the last time we sent Cassandra to interrogate.
They called you the left hand of the...
Yeah, we've been
That
over
they
this.
did? What of it?
Yeah, well, by the way, why don't you join my party?
I could use the left hand of the divine at my side out there.
Every agent out in the world is my eyes, my ears, my...
Okay.
Coming with you, leaving my post, would blind and
Fine.
blind. Good day.
Blarg. We flop. Yeah, no fall damage. Okay. Slightly irritated.
Still waiting for your letter of marque or commendation or whatever?
Your worship.
I'll go back to the wartime again. Anything new?
Yes?
Carry on. I need to go say Blackwall or decide his fate or something. Summon a war council. I was going to do a few more things because, you know, we went and talked to people and they were like, hey, we need you to decide more things. And it's like, oh god. I already decided things. Oh jeez, look at all this shit. Alright, those two.
Any clues to his next move?
Some, but not enough for us to go on just yet.
Continue research. Tissue samples. Just buy the shit. Yes, if you believe it would be helpful, I would be pleased to take the border charges into a light to me with mercenaries currently serving a legion nobles who wish to rebel. We'll place word from one professor to another control the thief.
Inquisitor?
Yeah, you do that. Oh, so what we have for alternatives? And informed you that you contest another word could aid in having random release from prison. This we were completely mass Inquisition's involvement. Or you think it worthwhile?
Our soldiers handled themselves well in Adamant.
We've come a long way since Haven. I fear there's still a ways to go, but we're prepared.
So I basically replace it with another one that looks like Raynor. We could storm the dire prison. A favor. So, could do that or we could do this.
Inquisitor.
The Vulture member several mercenary bands, most were willing to break the contract to ambassador much for losing the nobles. So just need to give yourself power of any potential rebellion. The Legion nobles are on our side. We're grateful just for weakening their enemies. Thanks to the efforts of the Vulture, the Legion noble area is more receptive to our efforts. Now you're busy. Now, Legion nobles are most happy to pledge the loyalty to both the throne and the Inquisition. They were generous. It's naturally but their desire to avoid the same in place and instead to replace with the winter powers. Raynor is rushed to the sky for gates and cover darkness. Best not to ask how. But there you go. Anything in Forever I need to worry about? No. That's how I go talk to someone. And then they'll probably be like, hey, well, we need you to do this now. Okay, before we go judge, you know, not Blackwall. Anything else?
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor.
I'm gonna
Here it is.
murder you. This bitch.
As you were.
Wait, I don't see an operation. So, is there an operation or not?
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor.
Oh, is that just what you say?
Here it is.
Okay, there isn't actually a request. You're just stuck on that dialogue option. You get a survive for an extra second or two.
Questions. You know where I'll be.
Anyway, let's go, you know, do the thing. Ooh. I got a bit testy though, and it's like, I just did your operation. Why do you want me to do another one? Like literally, here's the thing. The majority of people, when you do an operation, it has a follow-up operation afterwards. Like, I literally go from, like, point A to point B. I don't have to go back to Skyhold and talk to the person and then get the follow-up operation. Usually it's like, well, you did this operation, here's the follow-up operation. Ugh, anyway. That's my decisions, everyone.
For judgment this day, Inquisitor, I must present Captain Tom Rainier, formerly known to us as Warden Blackwall.
What's up?
His crimes... well, you are aware of his crimes. The decision of what to do with him is yours.
I didn't think this would be easy, but it's harder than I thought.
Another thing to regret. Using your ties to the underworld to free me. You're a criminal,
Okay,
same as
he's
me. The world will learn how you've used your influence. They'll know the Inquisition is corrupt.
Once the world is back to normal, no one will even remember this.
I'll remember. I
for
accepted
fuck's
my
sake.
punishment. I was ready for all this to end. Why would you stop it? What becomes of me now?
Honestly, out of all these decisions, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hard to actually just say yes. Maybe another playthrough. But honestly...
Blackwall intended you join the Wardens. I will let them decide your fate.
Exactly.
But only when Corypheus is dead. For now, Tom Rainier, the Inquisition needs you.
As you command.
Blackwall gave you the chance to atone through action, not merely punishment. I find I can do no less.
I am grateful for this, Inquisitor. And I will serve for as long as I can.
Like, it's hard to not make a decision like that. Like, he did commit a crime. He literally admitted to it. He literally accepted his punishment for it. Why is it still up now on the list? But game. That's done. Anyway. Oh god, now I have to go back and do more things at the table.
Yes?
What do the people make?
There's scarcely a noble house that
I don't know if there's
hasn't
any
already
follow.
pledged its
Well, no. I was gonna say I don't know if there's any follow up, but then it's like, wait, I need to go talk to Blackwall again. Do. Oh god, they're judging us.
Thank you for saving my life, and giving us a chance to help.
We're still calling you Blackwall, apparently.
Inquisitor?
How shall I refer to you? Rainier or Blackwall?
I've gotten used to Blackwall. Perhaps we could treat it as less of a name and more of a title. Almost like Inquisitor. Reminds me of what I ought to be.
Oh, it's your choice.
Doesn't matter to me.
Thank you.
Is there anything you actually know about the Wardens? Or did you make
Oh
it
god,
all?
we're
I made very little of
very.
it. I also feared you knew enough to contradict me. Warden Blackwall told me a bit before my initiation.
We're very
But it is a
judgy now,
secretive
aren't we?
order. Not even the most senior wardens know all there is to know.
Now we know why you were never worried about Corypheus's calling.
Yes. I have none of the warden's abilities and none of the drawbacks. Still, I would have fought through the darkest pits of the deep roads like any true warden. There's more to it than being able to sense darkspawn. Warden Blackwall would have agreed.
The Wardens at Adamant listened to you. They saw you as one of their own.
No, he wasn't even
Takes an
there.
outsider to show how much of yourself you've lost. I never understood the reality of being a warden.
You weren't even at
I
that,
saw the
man.
ideal. I suppose I reminded them of something they'd forgotten.
You don't know what Warden Blackwall would have believed.
Neither do you. But I know he was a good man.
Why did Blackwall want to recruit you?
He never told me. I don't know what he saw that day besides some wreck starting a bar fight. That night, I taught some village militia a painful lesson about harassing a tavern girl. Didn't know I had an audience.
I can see why the Warden was impressed.
You're assuming my intentions were noble. Told the girl to keep the wine coming. She couldn't, not with those louts bothering her. Something had to be done.
We'll continue.
The war in Olay has claimed too many lives. I pray.
What do you think?
I just know that you could shake this world to its foundations if you willed it.
Oh, there you go. So,
Right
hey.
here if you need me.
Inquisitor.
So Blackwall's not exactly a good guy. We gave him a chance to atone, though. Well, actually, we could have, but we gave him a chance to do atone, but also, you know, we'll leave the fate up to the Wardens, because, you know, Wardens. It sounds like a Warden affair. We might as well, you know, toss him to the Wardens after it's done. Anyway. Back to the war table again. Yay, the war table again. Hi guys, I'm here to the war table. And if I am lightly standing temperatures, unless your Tom Reiner has been set up to deception for reach consequence, had we not used the Great War trees, we might not have found ourselves in so awkward a position as it is.
It was interesting to see how much has changed in Halam Shiral.
Daily message from all
so
courts,
little.
man, we make
Madame
preparations.
Méprise is a fixture. The sun will grow cold before she retires.
So do we prepare a Duchess or set by our account with the Sky Drone, but by having been set by ancient George by Master, we need the go, we need the men. Persuade someone to part with them. Ah, yes, those treaties. We could put away the Grey Warren trees. Nah, we can't use these Grey Warren trees. Fuck. Make use of those Grey Warren trees however we can. So close to Griffiths, we'll need everything.
I have requests for information on your lineage from a few interested parties at the Winter Palace.
Oh, good.
Andraste preserve me. Feel free to use those requests as kindling.
No, I shall take them. I want to know who pines for our commander. We can use this to our advantage.
I'm not bait.
Hush. Just look pretty.
Well, there you go. So, I guess Emerald Graves. Emerald Graves? Emerald Graves. So we've been contacted by a failed branch who says he had information about Origin the Inquisition. He offers to trade the information exchange for the Inquisition's help and eliminate dangerous rebels by calling themselves the Free Men of the Dells. There have been reports tied to these rebels over the Dells, and will they cause significant problems for Legion troops. Uprooting them could be a good move for us. First, let's see what Pharaoh Banks has to say. He's hiding out somewhere in the Emerald Graves, the legendary Dalish Wars. But report that he is well acquainted with the area and its terrain. Boop. They discovered holding Meg Hunter of Pharaoh Branson's men in the Emerald Graves and had run in with over 3 men at the Dells. They were violent, we've been led to believe. As for Pharaoh Branson's holding was unable to cope much from him. He won't show what he knows with the hell of Andraste, it seems. His holding something very close to his chest. I wonder if it might relate to something bigger than just the 3 men of the Dells. If there's a chance at all, then we must learn all we can from him. Holding set up an outpost in the Emerald Graves. Be careful, Inquisitor. The force of the Graves is treacherous. And home to enemies both new and ancient. Yes, I want to venture forth. I want to leave this horrific area. By the way, Blackwall. Well, Solus's hasn't really changed. Beverly's haven't really done their thing yet. Cole. Anyway, Cassandra's hasn't really changed either. Doran's might have. I can't really remember what it first looked like. Veilguard has changed too. But yeah. Now Blackwall, Veilguard, it could be fun. But you know, it's probably gonna be ages before I do another playthrough of this. Just cause it drains and it's long. This series is probably going to end up being longer than Veilguard. Just because, you know, all the fucking exploration. There's so much exploration. Because it's, you know, the tedious type of exploration where, you know, we go from point A to point B to B to C to D. And then even then it's still like, oh, we might miss something in between. And then we get bogged down by, like, what we did in this video. Mostly dialogue. And then some reading. And maybe a few things where we had to make decisions, but mostly dialogue. Cause that's the problem with RPGs, is a lot of times they just bog you down with dialogue.
Good to see you again, Inquisitor. Hope you've got your comfortable boots on. The scouts have seen a number of fade rifts all over the forest. We've located this mysterious Fairbanks. He won't share his information with anyone but you. He and his men are camped out at Watcher's Reach, on the path ahead. From what we can tell, they're refugees from the war. Peasants, mostly.
Like, I mean, the alternative would be action RPGs, where you have some dialogue, some quests, but a lot of it's mostly just, you know, killing thousands of mobs, and then another thousands of mobs. Another thousands of mobs, and maybe turning in a quest or two, maybe some story here and there, but it's mostly just go from point A to B, but slowly, because you can't get from point A to B without having to go through so many mobs. Like, you need a decent balance between, you know, having too much dialogue and story versus just having, you know, just being tossed into, well, here's all these things, go fight them, gain XP, woo. Like, you need a balance between those. And the problem, though, is a lot of RPGs are either way too much dialogue or way too much combat. Anyway.
Tell me everything you know about Fairbanks.
We don't know much about him. He appeared after the Civil War started, helping people fleeing from the destruction. Fairbanks is likely not his real name.
Like, you know, Is he a human? Is he an elf? Is he a dwarf? Is he... What color hair does he have? What color eyes does he have? How tall is he? These are... You didn't give me any real information on him.
Do you know anything else about the region?
They call this place the Emerald Graves. Legend says that a tree grows here for every elven knight of Halam Sharal who perished in its defense. Makes you sad, doesn't it?
Nah, don't let it bother me.
Thedas is soaked in blood. If I worried about those who've died in every place I went, I'd be a sobbing mess.
I mean, I've murdered a lot,
That's one way of thinking about it.
Anyway.
Thank you for the information. I'll head out.
One other thing. A group of deserters from the Imperial armies has established itself here.
Yeah, we
Freemen
know
of the
about
Dales, they call themselves. They are hostile to the Inquisition. And everyone else.
Well,
Watch your back,
I can
Inquisitor.
murder 1,000 of them. It'll be great. Oh, hey, look. We just got here and there was already an operation. Like, I just got here, you shits. No, what are we working with? 3 more caps? Some Lyrium. Cassandra's thing. The refugee. Oh yeah, the reason why we're here. Logging stand, quarry, logging stand, quarry. Okay. And of course, rifts. Okay. Forget how big this one actually is. Oh. Hey, requisition officer.
Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
What you got?
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
Improved poison remedy. Boop. Okay, what you
I've
got?
news, sir.
What is it?
This could help us.
I love requisition. Okay, that's the way out, so. Okay. So, we have no quest actually selected, so. Why not? The usual. Now we could head though. Well, we could head there next. And now we finally save after 3 hours. So yeah, next time we work on Emerald Graves. It might take us 2 videos, not sure how long this is actually going to take. I know Exalted Plains is probably going to take me 2. I remember that one feeling a bit long. And then after those 2 are done, I guess Forgotten Oasis. After that one's short, I think, if I remember right. Then after that, we can finally move on to the Outer Wilds. So I still don't know how many videos we have left, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all, and have a nice day.